So I'm sideways. Hold on. I thought we could do it like that. Hello, everybody. I'm fixing my little setup here because apparently we can't be sideways. No sideways allowed. 1 second. Hi, everyone. There's people outside. All right, there we go. It's always so funny. I'm sorry about all this. Hold on, I'm gonna stop this for 1 second and get this straight. And I'll be right back. Oh wait, maybe I can do it. Sorry, Julie. I see you there. I had it all set up because I thought I could go landscape. But it's telling me no landscape. Can't turn your phone. Maybe I have to have a laptop or a... There we go. All right, iPad. Okay. All right. Can we see my whole mat? Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Hi, Tara. Hi, Julie. Okay, there we go. Maybe I can be a little... I don't want to be too far away. There we go. All right. Hi. Hi, Therese. All right, guys. Let me just take that. Okay. All right. Let's give it just another minute or so. And hi, everyone. Yay. Thanks for being here. See, we got lots of people on board. We're going to do more backbends today. We're going to do more backbends today. All right. Happy Sunday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. I think we'll get started. It's late enough, and plus we're all coming from home, so your commute is short, and there shouldn't be too much traffic. All right. Good morning. Good morning. It's so weird to think that it was just a week ago that there were other people in here with me on Sunday. Like, we did live stream. That was my first one. But there were people here. It's so weird that it's only been a week, or not even a week since we've actually had no folks in the studio, and it just seems like so much longer. So we're gonna just do what we gotta do for the next month or so, and hopefully things will lighten up a little bit. We'll be able to be back together here in the studio again. I kind of, like you do too, I'm sure, sort of go up and down with my feelings about this whole situation, where, I'm grateful that it's kind of gotten us learning new things and exploring in different ways, and kind of, everyone sort of being creative and coming up with solutions and all of that. At the same time, it's just like, oof, dang it, So we kind of come back to the yoga, keep coming back to the lessons that are here, and just trying to just be accepting of what is, right? We can't really change so much of this, right? So we do what we can to make the best of the situation, and unfortunately, one of the things we can do is just kind of keep ourselves not too social. We just try and accept how things are, and remind ourselves that we're doing really the best for everyone. And we'll get through this. We'll get through this together. We'll be doing this for the foreseeable future. We may not be live streaming quite so many classes. We'll still do a bunch this coming week. But we may kind of cut down on the actual live stuff, but But we'll keep doing this. We'll be here for you guys. We'll get through this. So just, keep coming back to, the accepting the things that are out of our control, It doesn't mean you have to like it or be satisfied here or, hope it's like this forever. But it is, it is. So we work with that. We start from there. Like that's our foundation. Like, what's the reality right now? It's a little crazy. So we're gonna lie down. We're gonna play with a little bit of breath work for a couple of minutes, and then we'll get started moving around. And we did some back bends on Thursday. We'll do more back bendy stuff today. Different, of course. There's so many back bends in yoga. So we will we'll get into that and have some fun with that after we lie down, do some breath work, and kind of come in together. So if you're not already, go ahead and lie down on your mat. I'll lie down in a second, but however you're comfortable lying down. So if you want to bend your knees and have your knees up and your feet kind of wide, your knees can knock in towards each other, Or you can have the soles of the feet together, let the feet pop out wide, whatever feels best in your body right now. But soften your shoulder blades down away from your neck. And if you can, roll the palms open to face the ceiling. So this is, because I'll reference this a little bit, this is external rotation in the arms, right? As we roll the palms open, we roll the bicep up, right, your bicep on the front of the arm. We're externally rotating, so that'll be relevant in a little bit. So bicep up, palms up, if you can, and if that bothers your shoulder for any reason, or shoulders for any reason, I point to this one because that's my kind of twitchy shoulder. You don't have to do that, right? Adjust yourself so you can be comfortable as you lie here. All right, let's take a couple of breaths together. Inhale through your nose. And just allow the body to fill up, get nice and full, holding the breath at the top. Open your mouth and sigh the breath out. And allow your body to soften. And just releasing, whatever's not serving you right now. Inhale again. Fill up, hold it, soften. Exhaling out through the mouth. Sigh the breath out. And again, just letting go of any tension in the body, any, stories in the mind, whatever is not to your benefit right now, let it go. And do that one more time with the breath. Inhale. Take the biggest breath you can, fill all the way up, holding the breath as you get to the top. Try and soften the shoulders and see if you can inhale a little bit more. Hold on to that. And again, release it, sigh. Exhaling, emptying all the breath. And start to breathe your Ujjayi breath. Steadying the breath in and out through the nose. Smoothing out the inhale. Smoothing out the exhale. Steadying the breath. All right. So keep with the Ujjayi breath, or at least keep breathing in and out through your nose, even if the Ujjayi breath seems like too much. We'll just do a little pranayama together. We'll take a few minutes to drop into what is hopefully kind of a calming breath. As we, move into our practice, we'll try and let go of all the stuff, because, goodness knows there's plenty of that. And just drop into this nice steady rhythm of the breath. So we'll start with a slightly shorter count, and then we'll kind of build up to what will ultimately be a 6 count on the inhale, a 4 count hold, an 8 count exhale, and another 4 count holding of the breath out. But we'll we'll start slowly and kind of make our way there. So we'll take a few minutes. All right. So inhaling, emptying the breath, exhaling, soften. All right. So let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath. 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath out for 2 and 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the inhale 2, 1. Let's exhale 5, 4, 3, 2. Empty the breath. Hold it out. 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeezing the breath out. Hold it out. 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 3, 2, 1. Let's try for the whole thing. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Fill up. Hold it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're empty. Squeeze it out. Hold it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Steady. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more together. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big full inhale. And sigh it out. Exhale. And just pause here for a moment. And just notice how you feel. So you can play with that a little bit more on your own, right? And really what we're after is a longer exhale than the inhale, right? The long exhale is calming, right? It slows things down. It's just a nervous system response to the long exhale, right? Slowing things down. All right. So back into your Ujjayi breath. Back into your Ujjayi breath. Now lie down. And start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And circle your wrists and your ankles. And maybe take a stretch. Reaching the arms overhead, stretching the legs. Take a big stretch if you like. It's still morning, you know? All right, and then hug your knees in. Give them a squeeze. Rock a little bit side to side, and just let the knees be as wide as you need them to be to feel comfortable when you do this. Right, across the kidney band. So, right, it's this kind of this space between your bottom rib and the hips, this lower back kidney band area. Because I'll probably reference that later too. Take your knees over to the left. Right, so as we roll the right shoulder down towards the floor, right, just let the shoulder be heavy. And here too, the palm open to the ceiling if you can. So again, a little external rotation in the arm. Come back up to center. Take an inhale to the middle and exhale, bring the knees over to the other side. So same, left shoulder heavy, palm open if you can, and just feel the feels, feel the stretches in the hip, the low back, your chest, your shoulder. That's where I'm feeling it the most right now. So just notice what's the strongest sensation. Notice the other sensations. Coming back to center. Do a quick leg stretch. Just send the heels up. Grab on. Stretch the backs of your legs. Stretch your low back maybe too. However much stretch you want. Like, there's no prescribed amount. It's just for you. We're just warming up. Turn the toes out. Bring the legs out. Come into that stretch. So same idea here. Like, how much stretch? I don't know. You can feel it out. Right? What feels good in your body, there's no place you're supposed to get. It's just to stretch, to feel that stretchy feeling. Bring the legs back together, knees bent, feet flat. Let's have the feet hip distance apart, kind of like you're doing bridge pose, right? Lengthen through the tailbone, and scooping out the belly so that your back is a little more flat onto the floor. And then we'll move the hips and the arms together. Peeling the hips up off the floor, reach the arms up and overhead. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower back down. So try and take the whole exhale to get your hips on the floor and your hands on the floor. Inhale, filling up. The whole inhale to reach the arms overhead, to lift the hips. The whole exhale to curl the tailbone under and roll the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Karate chopping the hands to the floor. So as you inhale and lift up, have the palms facing each other. It's a little bit of external rotation. Arms overhead, thumbs to the floor if you can. Then roll it back down. And let's do that 2 more times. Pressing evenly through the feet, lift your hips. Reaching the arms overhead, palms facing. Exhale, roll it down. Come up one more time, pressing through the feet. Inhale, lift up. Right, reach the arms. So now as you get into the up position, hold it here for a moment. Right, check in with your shoulders. See if your shoulder blades fully crept up by your ears. Can you just shift a little bit side to side and pull them down? Right, and then palms facing, maybe the thumbs on the floor. Can you then check in with your pelvis and lengthen through the tailbone? Could you lengthen your lower back a little bit right now?
Could you send your tailbone out through your knees, right? Through the knees so the low back is long. And then check in with your shoulder blades, right? Can you feel them on your upper back? And maybe just take the bottom tips of your shoulder blades and press them onto the back of the ribs. And see if you can lift your chest a little bit more. Take one more breath here. Reach through the fingertips. Press evenly through your feet. And then slowly bring it down. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Exhaling all the way down to the floor. And just take a moment, pause, feel the feels. Hug your knees in. Oh my goodness. A little rocking. Let's come up to seated. And I'll turn to face you guys. Good morning again, everyone. Sit cross-legged. Sit tall. Turn the palms out. Inhale, stretch up. Exhaling, Anjali Mudra, pulling the hands through the center line. Release them down, palms out. Inhale, sweep up. Exhaling through center. One more time. Let's add an Om. Inhale. Maybe everyone in your house can join. Press, reach up. Dropping your gaze, maybe closing your eyes. Set an intention for your practice. Right, and maybe your intention is just to get out of your head for the next, hour and a half, or a little less than that now, but right, maybe it's just to get out of your head. Perfect. That's one of the greatest gifts of the practice. Right? Is just escape the blah blah blah. Be present. The present moment is your refuge. Let's be here with our bodies, with our breath. And maybe too, we can also offer it up, right? Ishvara Pranadhana, like do the practice for everyone, everywhere. Inhale. Sigh the breath out. Exhale. Releasing your hands down. Give the arms a little shake. And let's stretch up. Inhale, reach. Maybe look up if you like. And then we'll take a side stretch. Reach up and over. So the top arm over to the right. The left arm, the palm facing down. Right, and you're just leaning into the stretch however much. See if you can soften the left shoulder blade away from your ear. Right, so you have a little more space for your neck. Maybe the gaze looks up at the ceiling, but if that's too much, you can look straight ahead, you can even look down. Inhale up to center, big stretch. Exhale over to the other side. So same idea here. However much stretch, let your left shoulder be heavy, but the right shoulder blade, just lengthen it away, and then we'll get that scooping up and out, right? Reaching out through the fingertips. Palm facing down, maybe even keep externally rotating and turn your palm to face behind you. Inhale back up to center, big stretch up. Exhale, let's release the arms down, switch the cross of your legs. Okay, bring your hands behind you. Interlacing the fingers, stretch the knuckles back and down. Right, so we're reaching for the floor, but we're also reaching away. Right, so we want to get some stretch across the chest, the fronts of the shoulders, right? Look for all of that. Chin can be up, certainly chest a little lifted, right? The sternum a little lifted. Maybe the chin comes down towards your chest. Take one more breath here. Maybe your hands actually lift up away from the floor back there. And then releasing, bring the arms out front. Put the other thumb on top, the other pinky under. Turn the palms out. Round the upper back. Let the shoulder blades get wide apart. So we actually have some internal rotation in the arms as we have our hands this way. Up towards the ceiling. Keep the bind and just press it up.
Melt the shoulder blades down again. Press up through the thumbs, the index fingers, right? And then what's happening in the ribs? Could you soften the rib tips in? And then breathe across the kidney band. Fill up the lower back. Fill it up and expand. Take one more breath. You could lift your gaze if that doesn't bother your neck. And gently release it. Hands come down. Give the arms a little shake. Let's roll over and we'll come onto hands and knees and do some cat-cow. So, back up. So stacking the wrists under your shoulders, or you can have the wrists slightly forward of your shoulder. That's fine too. Plenty of space, right? Inhale, lifting the chest, stretching the belly. Exhale, rounding. Stretch your back. Inhale, forward again, sit bones lift. Exhale, rounding. 2 more times like that. Inhaling, stretch. Exhaling, round. 1 more. Heart goes forward, inhale. Take it back. Exhale. All right, back to center or neutral. Or like where does the cat and the cow meet in the middle? Right? So we're not the cow, we're not the cat, but where are both of those things? Right? Where's the middle of those actions? This centering of the spine. Right? So lengthening through the tailbone. We want to feel a little kind of some fullness across the kidney band, right? Not that it's collapsed and dipped towards the floor, but a little fullness in the back side of the waist. Right? And then here too, we can, from our cat-cow position, you can actually play with it. Like, do it. Roll the elbows to face back, the inner elbow to point like back behind you. And then roll it forward. And just notice what that does in your shoulders. Like, what do you feel? What happens? Right, okay, so what we want mostly for the purposes of today is the external rotation, or the inner elbow just reaching forward. Some of you guys may be able to really, you don't have to go maximum, but we do want it slightly forward. Slightly forward. All right, and then from this place, you give yourself a little space. Walk your handprint forward. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. And come into downward facing dog. So once you're back in your down dog, if you need to fidget around a little bit, feel free to do that. Right, you can take a few breaths to settle in. You can shake out your head, open your mouth nice and wide, release your jaw. Couple of breaths more, pressing the thighs back. Right. So here too, if you can, once you're actually in your downward facing dog, right, externally rotating the arms, turning the fingers out just a bit so your index finger is pointing straight ahead. A little bit of turn out in the hands. So the inner arm lengthens forward. And then just a little squeeze of the arms, like hug them in towards center. Steadying the fidgeting around if you haven't already done that. All right, shifting to plank. Come forward. Hold it here. So here too, we can stack the wrists right under the shoulders. If that feels like a lot in your wrist, you can experiment with putting the hands slightly forward, because that may lessen the pressure. It does not make it easier, but it may lessen the pressure in the wrists a little bit. One more breath here. Back to down dog. Lift the hips up and back. Right, stretch. Keep reaching the inner arm forward. Keep that external rotation action. Come back forward into plank. So here too, can you fill up the back side of the waist? Right, can you hug the bottom tips of the ribs in? And as you do that, right, as you feel that lifting up of the front of the body away from the floor, can you lengthen the sternum forward and lengthen back through your heels? Up and breathe. Don't forget your Ujjayi breath. Take one more of those as you're here. Just feel all the feels. Listen to the story that your body is telling you right now. One more breath. I'm sorry I already said that, but maybe now. Bend the elbows. Drop your knees if you need to, right? This is a lot of work. But take the journey. Come all the way down. Flatten your feet. Reach your hands back. Press the tops of your feet down into the floor. Lift your head, your chest up. Let's keep the feet down for now. Right, curl the tailbone under. And then see if you can get the shoulder blades to engage a little bit on the upper back. Draw the bottom tips of the shoulder blades on and lift your chest a little more. Reach back through the fingertips. Let's turn the palms so they're facing the sides of our legs. And then turn them some more so they're facing down. Really externally rotating the arms. Take one more breath. Press the tops of your feet down. Try and lift your chest a little higher. And slowly come on down. Whew, all the way down. Okay, take a breath. We're going to do that again, and we'll add the legs. All right, so tailbone under. Inhale, lift the head, the chest. Right, find that work with the shoulder blades. Melt them down, and then bottom tips scooping in. And add your legs. Float the feet, the knees. Maybe the thighs start to lift up off the floor. Can you curl the tailbone under and try and lift your chest a little higher? One more breath and bring it on down. All the way down, soften. Little waggle of the hips. If you're turning your head to one side, make sure you're changing sides and not just putting your head in the same direction every time. One more. Tailbone under. Come on up. Head, chest. Feet, knees, thighs. Reach your arms overhead. Turn the palms to face. Right? Maybe the arms can lift a little higher. Can you get your upper arm by your ears? One more breath. You're up and you're down. All the way down. Soften. Waggle the hips. Whew. Plant your palms by your ribs. Those of you that can will press to plank. If you need to, right, I find it helpful to engage the abs. So get that feeling of, I'm trying to fill up the back of my waist, right, pulling the belly away from the floor, and then press and get yourself up to plank, or knees plank, right, and downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Take a couple of breaths. Right, steady. 7. All right. Stretch back. Inhale. Exhale, gazing forward. Lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, bring your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Folding, exhale. Rising all the way up. Reach and stretch. Exhaling. Hands to the heart. Pause here. A breath. Just feel the feels. Okay. Releasing the hands down. Turning the palms out. Inhale. Stretch up. Exhale. Up and over. Folding in half. Inhale. Lift up halfway. Exhale. Fold back down. Inhale, rise back up, firm the glutes, sweep the arms, maybe look up. Exhale, pulling the hands through the middle. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, rise up. Reach for the sky. Exhale, pulling the palms through center. Let's keep going. Palms down, hands out. Inhale. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, hands down, right foot big step back. Let's drop the back knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift up, Vinyasa. As you come up, lift up through the hip bones. Right, lifting up, and again, you may feel a little bit of fullness in the lower back. Yeah. As you reach up, external rotation, so the pinky edges of the hands kind of wrap in towards each other. Right, can you keep all that going and lift the heart a little higher? Take one more inhale. Release it, exhale, hands coming down to the floor, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, step to plank and pause. Hugging the belly in, hugging the ribs in. Right, filling up the back body, lengthen forward. Charge back through the heels. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, shift forward, bend your elbows. Hello, Chaturanga. Come all the way down. Flatten your feet. Curl the tailbone under. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lengthen forward and down. Again. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, lengthen and lower. One more time, hold this one up. Inhale, lift your chest. Hold it here. Press the whole hand. Draw the heart forward. Lift the sternum up. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. A breath. Soften. Planting your palms by your ribs if they're not already there. Tuck your toes, take an inhale. Exhale, press the floor away. Come to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, exhale. Downward facing dog. Couple of breaths in the down dog. Right, press your thighs back. You should, well, what I would like for you to feel is that there's a nice lengthening happening along the spine, right? The crown of the head reaching for the floor between the hands. Your sit bones lengthening up and back, right? And at the same time, like give them a little squeeze, a little hug in towards each other. Take one more breath in your down dog. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, through the midline. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, hands down. Right foot, big step. Left foot, big step back. Left foot, big step back. Sorry. Back knee down, flatten the foot, sweep it up. Peel the hip bones up, right? Feel the stretch at the front of the thigh, right? And as you lift the hips up, do you feel how that gives you kind of a fullness in the back of the waist? Soften the shoulder blades off the neck. Wrap the pinky edges of the hands in. Maybe the palms get a little closer together. Take an inhale. Exhale, come on down. Hands to the floor. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Step back plank. Right, a breath or two here. Arms straight. You can always do knees plank if you need to. One more inhale. Exhale, bending the elbows. Maybe chaturanga. Flatten your feet, lift your chest, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Thighs pressing back. Soften around the mouth, the eyes, the jaw. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, bend the knees, lift the heels, step, float, feet to hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Folding, exhale. Rising, inhale. Exhaling through the middle. Let's do Surya Namaskar. A, hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale, fold.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, hands are down. Step back, jump back to plank, to chaturanga, or the floor. You can keep doing cobra pose or upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Smooth out the Ujjayi breath. Stretch back, right? You're long. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to step or float feet to hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Folding, exhale. Rise, inhale. Through the midline, exhale. One more time like that. Surya Namaskar, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, hands are down, stepping back, floating back. Through the vinyasa you go. To downward facing dog. Smooth out the Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees, walk. Float feet to hands, inhale. Folding, exhale. Rising, inhale. Hands to hearts. Take a breath, inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Release the hands down. All right, stand tall. Tadasana. Right, so as you're here, notice if your hands kind of want to roll so that your palms are facing back. And let's see if we can turn so that we have the palms really facing the sides of the legs. Fully external rotation, right? We would turn the palms forward. Try that. Turn your palms to face all the way forward. And then notice how it's nice and wide as opposed to when your hands are facing back. So when our arms internally rotate, we get a little shoulder forward. And when they externally rotate, we get a little shoulder back, right? So can we keep the shoulders back and turn the palms to face, right? Can we maintain this external rotation in the upper arm and turn the palms to face the sides of the legs? And then, right, lift from the back of the body, right? Because we get a little caught up in the front of the body and then the back of the body gets a little squeezed. So can we lift the back ribs off the waist, right? Find lift from both sides, the front and the back together, right? Breathing, always breathing. On your next inhale, turning the palms out, reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Now, I was meant to do chair pose there, so we have to do it right now. Bend your knees. Reach your arms. I got a little caught up in my Tadasana instructions, and I forgot I wanted to do Utkatasana. So this one's for you, Mike. If you're on here, this one's for you. Lift your hip bones up, right? Lifting the chest up, reaching up through the fingertips. Wrap the pinky edges of the hands in towards each other. Right, give the glutes a good squeeze. We want a similar, like we do in crescent pose, lifting of the hip bones off the thighs, or like we did in Anjaneyasana. Right, broaden across the upper back. Wrap the palms to face. Maybe the hands come together overhead. Don't force it. Inhale. Fold, exhale. Whew, shake it out. Take a breath. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, hands are down, step back, jump back, take a vinyasa, or you can choose to step back and go straight into downward facing dog. Send your right leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, bend your knee. So here too is however much stretch makes sense for your body today. Straighten out your legs, square your hips. Reach back, inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose, round. Inhale, reach it up and back. Do that again, pull it in, round the spine, squeeze. Inhale, reach. One more time. Pull the knee forward. Hold it here. Look forward. Keep pulling the knee forward through your arms. And then step your foot between your hands. Back knee down. Flatten the foot. Come up. We'll start here. Lift up through the hip bones. Start here. Start this sequence here. Melt the shoulder blades down, stretching up through the fingertips. Tuck your back toes. Now, kind of get a scissoring of the legs. Pull your front foot towards your back knee and lift up. As you come up into your crescent pose, lift the hip bones off the thighs, right? Peel them up. And as you do, can you lift up? Can you float the back ribs off your waist, right? Make some space across the kidney band. Find that action, and then heart goes up, right? What's happening with your arms? Could they move back a bit? Could they go back by your ears a little bit more? And when you do that, can you hug the bottom tips of the ribs in? And then when you do that, can you use the bottom tips of your shoulder blades to lift the chest a little higher? Can you see your thumbs back there? Inhale. Exhale slowly, slowly, slowly take it down. Whew. Step back, plank. Pause. Down onto your forearms. Right forearm, left forearm. Re-engage your core. Right, your abs, I should say. Let's be specific. All right, down into Sphinx. Drop the knees, flatten your feet. Lift your chest. Draw the elbows back towards your waist. Press the tops of your feet down. Curl the tailbone under. Breathe. Okay. Is it possible for you to stay this lifted and reach your arms back a la Shalabhasana? So, engage. I don't think I can stay quite that high. Reach the hands back. Whoo. Press your feet down. Lift your chest up. Inhale. Come on down. Whoo. Soften. Take a breath. My goodness. Okay. Back up. Forearms. Elbows under your shoulders and hands shoulder distance if you can. Scooch back a little bit. There we go. All right. Shoulders back and down. Right, tuck your toes. Peel yourself up. Lift the belly, the hips, the thighs, the knees. Tuck your elbows under your shoulders again. Right, bring the big toes to touch. Spin to the pinky edge of your right foot. Reach your left hand up into the air. Right, press the floor away. Take the left hand, turn the palm, and reach it overhead. Lift your hips like you're a rainbow, right? Try and touch the floor with your left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left palm presses. We're coming back to plank. Get on the balls of your feet. Press yourself up. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. You can shake your head out. Open the mouth nice and wide. Whew. Okay. Side two. Left side up. Take the stretch. Turn the toes out. Lift the hip. Right, it feels good. It's nice. Stretchy. Okay. Square it off. Square it off. Square it off. Press back. Inhale. Exhale your knee to your nose. Round. Inhale, reach and stretch. Again, exhale, pull it in, squeeze. Inhale, reach. One more time, pull it forward, shift forward. Pull your knee through your arms. Step your foot between your hands. Drop the back knee. Let's come up on Vinyasa. So, root down to lift your hips up. Right, press down to lift up. Melt the shoulder blades down, soften the base of the neck. Stretching up through the fingertips. Tuck your back toes. Pull your feet in towards each other. Pull and lift. Get your back knee up off the floor. Keep lifting up through your hip bones. Lift, lift, lift. Fill, fill. Get some fullness in the back of the waist, right? Some fullness across the kidney band. Reach with the back leg, inner thigh to get your back leg straighter, right? You don't have to get it all the way straight. I mean, maybe you do, but reach with the inner thigh. Get your arms now. Soften the shoulder blades down. Move your arms back so that the upper arm is by your ears if you can. And when you do that, hug your ribs in, right? Re-engage your abs. And then use the bottom tips of your shoulder blades to scoop your heart up. And take one more breath. And maybe see your thumbs back there. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly down. Whew. Got a little wobbly there. Step back plank. All right. Left forearm down. Right forearm down. Forearm plank pose. Right, fill up the back of the body. Dolphin, walk it in. Walk it in, walk it in. Right, breathe here. Press your chest back. Hug the elbows in. And try and work the external rotation. Reach the inner arm forward. That underneath side of your arm. Send it to the front of the room. Send it towards your fingers. Walk it back. Forearm plank. Sphinx. Come on down. Stretch. Shoulders back and down. Right? Curl the tailbone under. Breathe here. We're going to do it again. Hold on. Use the muscles in your back. Reach back. This time lift your legs. Can you lift your heart a little higher? Inhale. Come on down. Whew. Relax for a breath. Soften. Okay. Back up onto our forearms. Back up. Shoulders, elbows under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Peel up. Forearm plank. Right tailbone long. Big toes touch. Spin to the pinky edge of your left foot. Reach the right arm up. Right? Turn the palm to face away, like overhead, and then reach the arm overhead. Right? Melt the shoulder blade away from your neck on the right arm, right? And lift the hips. And can you get your right fingertips to the floor over there? One more breath. Come back to center. Reach up, inhale. Right palm to the floor. Come back onto the balls of your feet. Press up, plank. Then downward facing dog. Whoo, inhale. Sigh it out. Shake your head out. Take a breath. I'm going to get a sip really quick. God, I'm sweaty. You guys. Okay. Downward facing dog, right? We're still there. Okay. Send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale. Round the spine. Pull your knee forward. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your back heel so that you're heel to heel. And let's windmill up for warrior two. Okay, so let me just face you for a second, just so you can see. Right, we want to be a nice straight line, like a laser beam. Right, hug the outer right hip in. Your glutes a little bit squeezy. That said, we don't really want the back leg thigh to externally rotate, but still, it's useful to squeeze your glutes, right? Okay, so we're this way. Now, turn the palms up to face the ceiling, right? So we have maximum external rotation in our arms, right? The bicep up, You feel the chest wide, right? Keep the chest wide. Hug the rib tips in. Keep the chest wide. Fill up the back waist a little bit. Oh, right, get a little fullness there. Keep the chest wide. Roll the palms down, but keep the biceps up. Ha. Okay, straighten your front leg. Trikonasana. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe. Bottom hand down. Top arm up. Maybe looking up. Right, so we're still externally rotating. Right, still rolling the bicep forward. Right. Breathe here. Hug the ribs in. Use your abs. Use your glutes. Squeeze your glutes a little bit. Yeah. And then see, can you drop the left side of the ribs down towards the floor? I mean straight down, not roll it down, but just descend so that the right side can get a little longer. Turn the left hand to face overhead and bring that arm overhead, just like we did a second ago, right? Make the left side longer. How can you? Can you pull the right hip under a little more? Root through the pinky edge of your back foot. Hug the abs in. Breathe here. Maybe the bottom hand also reaches forward. How's your breath? One more breath. Lengthen the right side. Get it longer. Hug those ribs in. Stand it up. Oh, yes. Bend the knee. Reverse it. Up and back. Oh my goodness. Heart lifting up. Right, get the back ribs off the waist. Heart to the sky. Bend into that front knee. Inhale your back up. Exhale. Whew. Stepping back, that's a big step. Take a vinyasa. Maybe you're taking a breath or two. Whew. In the child's pose. All right, see how you feel. You have a couple breaths. To play with. Okay. Downward facing dog. Left leg up into the air. Send it up, inhale. Exhale, pull it forward. Step. Right heel rather to the floor to line up with the left heel. Hug the left hip back and in. Windmill on up. Right, so yes, I want some engagement in the glutes, but I'm not trying to go totally sideways. Right, let this back hip roll a little forward. Right, so I can hug the left hip back and in. So this is fine. Right, don't try and pull this all the way back. Most likely it's going to collapse your front knee. And that's the opposite of what we want. Not collapse is what we want. So, right, yes, feel some engagement in the glutes, but don't let it go so far that it's like pulling this hip all the way back. Right, okay. Wide, stacked, palms up. So, really work it all the way up. Wrap the pinky edges of the hands up towards the ceiling. And then hug the ribs in. Right, engage your abs while your chest is wide. And then fill up the back of the waist. Lift the back ribs off the waist. Right, find some space in the back of the body. Breathe. Keep the wide across the chest. Turn the palms to face down. Right, you should feel some heat in the outer hips. Yes. Awesome. Press into the back foot. Straighten your front leg. If you need to, look at it, but we're going to try and go straight out over it. Right, reach and reach. Hand comes down when you're as forward as you're going to get. Turn. Right, so we're trying to draw the left hip under. Keep some firming in the outer hips. Right, keep some firming there. Shoulder blades down. Top arm reaching up for now. Right, wide across the chest. Strongest legs. Could you soften the right side of the ribs down a little bit to make some space on the other side? Take the right hand, turn the palm overhead, reach. So the upper arm is over your ear. right? Upper arm is over your ear. Get the right side longer. Oh, wow, there we go. Right, use your abs, hug the ribs in. Pick the bottom hand up, reach it forward. Get the left side longer, can you? Take one more breath, legs are so strong. Push into the back foot, lift yourself up. Open the arms, bend. Take the reverse. Flip the palm up and back. Take a breath or two here. Lift your heart up to the ceiling. Keep the bend in the front knee. Breathe. Open up that left hip. Inhale back up. Exhale. Whew. Hands are down. It's a big step. Through your vinyasa. Rest in child's. Go straight to down dog. Whew. Check in with your breath. Feel free to sigh it out. Shake your head out. All these things are fine. Whew, good job. Good job, everyone. Okay. Downward facing dog. Send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, rounding the spine, hollow out, step forward. Put your back heel down on the floor for warrior one. So you want a little space side to side. Right, coming up. Use the inner thigh on the back leg to try and get the outer hip to come forward, right? So the inner thigh, really the back leg is internally rotating. Our arms though, externally, right? It's this action, but overhead, right? Bend into the front knee, maybe looking up, maybe pressing the palms. Bring your hands to your heart. Lengthen forward. Pin the outer right hip back. Breathe. Right, come forward, warrior three. Outer left hip down. Right, you're gonna feel some heat in the outer right hip. Good. Maybe the arms can come overhead. Right, breathe here. Energize the lifted leg. Palms facing if the arms are overhead. Melt the shoulder blades down, hug the ribs in. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Whew. Take a breath, lengthen the heart forward. If you need a block, you can always use a book or, I don't know, any number of things could substitute for a block. So, all right, hug the ribs in, reach the right arm out to the right. And then we're gonna just peel it open. Right, use the left shoulder blade. Firm it onto the upper back so that you can rotate. Can you lengthen the outer right hip back? That standing leg hip, send it away. Reach up, wide across the chest. Take one more breath. Top hand comes down. Warrior one, bend. Reach the back foot back. Come up, all the way up. Find the pose. Lengthen the right hip back. Lift the hip bones up, right? Maybe you can bend a little deeper. Maybe we can get those arms to go back behind the ears. Soften the rib tips in and lift the chest up. Reach up and back. Take one more breath, bend into the front knee and let it go. Whew. Come all the way down. Step back. Take a vinyasa or don't. Right, child's pose, straight to down dog. Sip of tea. Okay, side two. Lift the hands. Pressing back. Lifting the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding. Step through. Back heel down. Warrior one. Right, straight ahead. I'm sweaty, you guys. I'm sweaty and I'm breathing hard. All right. So I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are too. Lift the hip bones up. Back leg straight and strong. Right, we're not going to stay super long on this first go around. We have one more time to do it. Left hip stays hugging in.
right? External rotation still in those arms. Hands come down. Lean in. Warrior 3. So the challenge is, can I square my hips off towards the floor? The right hip wants to lift. Whoa. Can I bring it down? Down, down. Right, square it off. And then the arms out wide or overhead. Lift the belly. Here too, can you fill up the back of the waist? Right, fill it up. Take one more breath. Fingertips to the floor or a block or whatever you need to put them on. Right, lengthen the outer left hip back right now. Lengthen your heart forward. Reach the left arm out. Come into the twist. Right, energize the back leg. Lift it to the ceiling. Send your heart forward and use your shoulder blade, especially the right one. Firm it on and rotate. Reach up. Lengthen the left hip back. Take one more breath. Slowly bring the hand down. Warrior 1. Come up. Make sure you have enough space front to back. Right, bend into the front knee. Lengthen the left hip back. Lift the low belly. Fill up the back of the waist. And then move the arms back. Right, move the arms back. Maybe the palms touch. Gaze lifting. Melt the shoulder blades off your neck. Hug the ribs in again. And lift the heart. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades. Lifting the heart to the sky. Can you firm up that back leg? One last breath. Let it go. All the way down. Step back. Maybe vinyasa. Maybe straight to down dog. Oh, my back cracks. Downward facing dog. Whew. Awesome work, everyone. So good. Okay. We're going to go right from here into a few back bends. So let's jump the feet through the hands. There we go. And we'll come lie down on our backs. How are we doing? Okay. Down into our backs. Whew. All right, so with our back bends, external rotation is especially important. Or it is for, generally speaking, all of our back bends. There is occasional internal rotation, but it's sort of like we're always trying to get back to the external rotation. So we'll start with bridge, and this is a glorious back bend. If you feel like you get everything you need from a back bend here, there's no need to go into Urdhva. And then even when you do, we're going to take it in baby steps. Okay, so first bridge. Knees bent, feet flat. Have your heels relatively close to you. See how this feels in your knees. You can kind of play with it a little bit. As if if it bothers your knees, you can play with your foot placement a bit. Okay. If you're like, what are you talking about? Don't worry about that part. just have your ankles roughly under your knees and your feet about hip distance. Okay. Soften your shoulder blades right now, down, away. And then remember what we want is an external rotation in the arms. So a little bit of prep that right now. Kind of roll the palms open, but get your arms super close into you, like they're almost tucking under you right now. Curl the tailbone under, get back to that. And then lead with the tailbone. Lift yourself up off the floor, right? Can you send your tailbone out through your knees? Keep the external rotation. Bring your hands together and see if you can tuck your arms a little more under you. Interlacing the fingers. Pinkies press down. Tailbone lengthens again, right? And then use your shoulder blades. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades. Pressing onto the upper back to lift your heart and send your sternum towards your chin, right? Breathe here. Even out the work in your spine. Even out the curve. Don't let your low back do more. And slowly come down as you need. Take a moment here. Couple breaths. Okay, so for those of you that want to come into Urdhva, let's lift our hips to bridge pose again.
We'll all start that together. And then those of you doing bridge will stick with it and do just what we did. And those of you coming into Urdhva Dhanurasana, just stick with me and we'll go through. So, all of us, planting through the feet about hip distance, not super wide, but they could be potentially a little wider. Lifting the hips, lengthening the tailbone, right? Find the lift. Now, if you're doing bridge, interlace. Do the opposite interlace under there, so the other finger's on top. If you're coming into Urdhva, plant your palms. Shoulder distance. Turn the fingers out a little bit, but your fingers pointing towards your shoulders. All right, from here, press down, pop up onto the top of your head. Hand shoulder distance again, hug the elbows in, and then press up, lift your chest, maybe straighten your arms, right? Lean forward and back a couple of times, right? And just see how everything feels. Breathe. Use your upper back. Use the tips of the shoulder blades. Take one more breath. Tuck the chin to come down. Hug the elbows in. Take a couple breaths. Right, we've been talking about this, like not staying down on the floor too long. Trying to have our break be shorter than the back bend. So with that in mind, let's get back up there. Because what happens if we stay on the floor? Nothing happens, ha ha ha. My teacher, I am reminded of that by my teacher Annie. Onto the top of your head. Hug the elbows in, puff your chest. Straighten. Right, breathe here. Use your shoulder blades. Melt them away from your neck, but scoop them onto the upper back. Right? Use the strength of your back to open up this back bend a little bit more. One more breath. Press the inner feet down. And then slowly, as you're ready, come on down. Whew. All right. Hug your knees in. Round the spine. Let that happen. Good job, everyone. Okay, so what I would like to do right now, well, first let's just take a quick easy twist on our back. So knees stacked, just like we did at the beginning of class. Take your knees over to the left. Well, I'll go this way so I'm being consistent with you guys. Right, catching your breath. We're gonna go upside down, of course, like we have to do upside down time. So, find a wall, because what I would like for you to do is get into some sort of upside down position. Now, those of you that are feeling really tired, I'm sorry, switch sides with your twist. I just did it but didn't say it. Switch sides. What I would like to do is stay up for a minute. And then possibly, if you're not too tired, stay up for a minute one more time. So you can do 2 different inversions if you want. You could do a headstand and a handstand, or you could do headstand the whole time and not even take the break. You could do pincha and then handstand, I don't mind. If you want to make the L shape at the wall with your hands on the wall and your feet on the floor, or your feet on the wall and your hands on the floor, that's fine too. Let's come back to center. But we'll see if we can do a timed hold of something. So if you're unsure, you can, well, if you're tired, let me put it that way. If you're tired, you can always do Viparita Karani, which is just putting your legs up the wall. Viparita Karani. You can also be here, right? Or flip it around and be here. Okay, so I'm going to use the wall because I don't think I can hold a freestanding handstand for a minute. As much as I'd like to think I can. I don't think I can. I would love for that to be true. Okay, so let me get my timer thing going here. I'm ready. Da-da-da. Clock. All right, so let me reset the timer. All right. Get into whatever position you're going to get into, or prepare to get into it. any inversion, handstand, headstand, pincha. If you're doing headstand and you're like kind of getting serious about it, maybe don't take the break. We're gonna take a 15-second break and then we're gonna come back in for minute number 2. So those of you in Shirsasana A, maybe you just stay in Shirsasana A the whole time. See if you can. And especially if you're balancing, right? Okay, so prepare and ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Kick up. Okay. And then once you're up there, work your external rotation, right? Roll the bicep towards the wall or roll the bicep towards your index finger. Let me give you a better landmark. And then lengthen through the tailbone. Hug the ribs in. It's easy to get a little back bendy here. So can you fill up the back of the waist, right? Press evenly through your hands. Notice if you're leaning into one or the other, right? We're at 30 seconds. So keep breathing, right? Breathe. Relax your face, your jaw. If you're not on your head, you can shake your head out. Lengthening through the tailbone. Hug those ribs in. All right, we have 13, 12, 10 almost. There we go. We're almost there, you guys. Squeeze your arms straight. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, down. Whew. Oh my goodness. My arms. Okay, so we're going to do one more. I don't know if I can do Pincha Mayurasana balancing in the middle of the room for a whole minute, but let's give it a shot. Why not? So we got a couple more seconds. And then if the minute is too much and you need to come down, obviously, you probably did it anyway. Feel free to stop. It's not like you have to. So, right, it's just fun to try. You never know. Hold on, what did I do? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to attempt a Pincha Mayurasana. I've never tried it balancing for a minute. It's easier to balance than a handstand, but I don't really know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. So I'm just going to try, and we'll see what happens. And you try too, whatever inversion you want. Those of you in headstand, just keep doing it because actually we're working towards 5 minutes in headstand, so you're fine. If you need to come down from headstand and do child's pose, please. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Start inversion number 2. I gotta put this somewhere I can see it. All right, let's see how this goes. Ooh. One more. Come on. There it is. Okay. So we'll just be here. Same thing. Whatever you're doing, can you hug the ribs in? Can you press evenly through your hands or your forearms or whatever it is that you have on the floor right now? Right? Make sure you're using your breath. Lengthen through the tailbone, or try to anyway. Hugging the ribs in. Don't get too back bendy. Squeeze the arms in. Right, we got 15 seconds. Use your breath. Use your breath. La 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 la. We have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can come down. I'll come down. There we go. Oh, I did it. Okay. I wasn't sure if I would be able to do that or not. So you just got to try because you never know, right? You never know. So we're all resting right now. Everybody rest. All right. Good job, everyone. Excellent work, people. Oh, my goodness. My shoulders. Okay. So, if you're like me, probably your shoulders are a little bit fatigued right now, which is good and fine. We like that. All right, but let's sit, and we'll first just give our shoulders a quick release. So basically Dandasana, but you can kind of relax that. Oh, interlace, reach behind you. If it's more comfortable for you to come back to cross-legged like we did earlier, you can. But my thought is to be here, to stretch and open the chest, to start to get excited about your legs,
Get them straight, and maybe any amount forward fold. So you may be like, I can't forward fold. If you can really fold, it doesn't matter. Like always, however much. Oh my goodness. 2 more breaths. Lift yourself up, and we're just gonna switch the interlace. So if you're this way, put it that way, behind your back. Reach back and away. Oh, and 5 more breaths, forward fold. Try and keep your shoulders out of your ears, right? And just let your body kind of move into gravity. Just say 2 more breaths. And this time we'll stay down. Just release your hands down. And then come into your fold. So arms come forward. Take a breath to see if you can kind of pull yourself any more into the fold. And then let's actually relax here a little bit. So soften. Relax your arms. Relax your legs. Relax into gravity. Slowly roll it up. Take your time. Okay. Janu Shirsasana. We'll stretch our backs. So bring the sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh. Rotate towards the outstretched leg and walk it out. Your hands anyway. Walk it forward. Your back will stretch, hopefully. Hopefully along with your hamstring. So keep trying to square yourself off to the floor. The left side of the ribs come down, the right side of the ribs lift, and we're just long here. Both sit bones heavy, right? That's your left. Outer left thigh heavy down towards the floor, right? Just try to stay both sit bones equal, and we're not kind of pitched, right? So keep trying to get heavy through the left sit bone. All right, take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, release the rest of the way. Okay, let's switch sides. Straighten out the left leg. Bring the right sole of the foot back. Okay. So nice. Squaring off, right? Draw the left ribs back and the right ribs slightly forward and down, and then just lean out over the leg. My goodness. Both sit bones heavy. So on this side, you may feel the right sit bone trying to pick up. So ground the right sit bone down, right? Even if it's not touching the floor, it's okay. Just have it heavy, right? Really reach it down. And then ground through the outer right thigh. All right, ground through the outer right thigh. Smooth out the breath, right? Ujjayi breath. All right. Last 2 breaths. I laugh because it, like the purpose of our practice. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale the rest of the way. Like we're trying to get out of our heads, right? So I'm sitting here thinking like, whew. And I can honestly say I haven't thought about any other crazy stuff this whole entire time. So I don't know why I'm turning. We're going to stretch our hips. We're going to stretch our hips. We'll take it not super long, but about a minute or so on each side. If it is possible for you to do Gomukhasana, we did this the other day, but I feel like we don't do it very often. So if you can, let's do this. But if this just doesn't work for you, and it may not, your knees, your hips, Sukhasana is great, or you can lie on your back and thread the needle. Don't feel like you have to try and force yourself into this pose, which really is not for everyone. So you have to decide if it's for you or not. Maybe lifting up to still get a little bit better stack of the knees. And then we come into the fold. So really this is half of Gomukhasana. It's just the legs. Oof. Softening in here. We did a lot with our shoulders already, so we're just going to give the shoulders a break. Let yourself be heavy, right? See if you can soften in. Relax your jaw. Let's take 3 more breaths on this side. We're coming back to our long exhales, right? Longest exhales. Take 1 more breath here. Sigh it out if you like. And coming up, if you know Swivelasana, go ahead and swivel yourself into the other side. I feel like if you're doing this, why not? We'll give it a shot. If you're doing this, you'll turn towards your top foot. Whichever leg is on top, turn towards that foot. And then you're going to go behind yourself. So I'm going to spin that way, right? But you're going to go behind you. So if you have your right leg on top, you're spinning around to the left. Around. Don't move your feet. They'll just spin in place. But keep them in their same general location. And then when you spin them all the way around, you'll end up with your other leg on top. It's magic. It's yoga magic. Okay, so again, we'll stack the knees. Like it's not magical enough, right guys? We add this. Okay. So here too, we're trying to have both our sit bones on the floor. And come on out. Oh, right, just breathe into that stretch. Don't feel like you need to get anywhere in particular here too, right? We're just feeling the stretch. So you're allowed to lean in, do less, do more, how does it feel? Soften your shoulders, relax your jaw. So you may find that as the sensation increases, it's so far away, my teeth. As the sensation increases, your mind may start to get a little busy around that. So notice the stories, and can you just be with the sensation? Just feel it. Just feel that feeling, and try not to label it. Try not to let your mind qualify it in any way. It will, but just, let that stuff go, right? Just let it go. And it's just a sensation in your body. The feeling of stretch. Can you lengthen your exhale? Make it longer than your inhale, however long that is. Make it longer than your inhale. Right. Lengthen the exhale. We want the parasympathetic response right now. We want that ventral vagal response, the soothed, calm, I can relax response. We want that right now and really a lot of the time. So you can incorporate the long exhale breath anytime throughout the day. All right, let's take 1 more big breath here. And sigh it out. Slowly releasing to come up. Oh my goodness. Let's give the legs a shake. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Wiggle, waggle. Excellent work, everyone. All right, we're going to lie down. So I'm going to turn so I'm back on my mat here. Holding on, roll back. Hugging the knees. Rocking across the kidney bands.
side to side. Do you want to take another twist? You're more than welcome to take another twist here. If you want, you can do happy baby, rock a little bit, rock to get your knees to the floor. Don't like crank your thighs down and get your knees to the floor just straight here. That's crazy. Don't even try side to side. And then if you want, like we did earlier, at the very beginning of class, kicking out through the heels. All right. It's Shavasana time, as you might imagine. So cover up if you need to. I don't know how warm your room is, but we warmed up pretty nicely, but then we'll cool down, of course. And then you may also be sweaty, so then you have the cooling factor of your sweat, in addition to we're not really, heating the body like we were. So appreciate the effects of like all that work that we did, right? Just feel your body right now. How do you want to relax into Shavasana? Like what shape do you want to be in? You want to lie flat? This is great. If you want, you can support your legs, put your legs at the wall. Sky's the limit. All right, but do relax. Do close your eyes. And again, melting the shoulder blades away from the tops of the shoulders. So the tops of the shoulders are wide and spacious. Lengthening through the back of the head, the neck. Allowing the chin to just gently drop down. Feel free to just spread out. You can have your arms as wide as you like, your legs as wide as you like. I like to take up space in Shavasana and just spread out a little bit. Allow your whole body to relax here. Relax your forehead. Let your scalp just feel heavy towards the floor. And let your eyes sink back into your skull. Soften around the corners of the mouth, your lips. Relax your jaw. Belly soft. Hips heavy, melting. Legs heavy. Arms just relax onto the floor. And let yourself sink in. As if you could just melt into the floor. Whole body relaxed. Whole body resting. Let's take a couple more minutes here. Just allowing Shavasana. Just going to soft chant the Gayatri mantra, which is basically a song to the sun. It's one of the oldest mantras. People have been chanting it for 5,000 years. So there's a lot of spirits, a lot of souls, a lot of energy that's been poured into this mantra. But it is basically a tribute to the sun. It guides us on our way, the source of all of our life. Like we would be nothing without the sun. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi
Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. You're at home, so I suppose if you want to stay in Shavasana a little longer, you absolutely can, but potentially wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes to wake yourself up. Take a stretch if you like, reach the arms, stretch the legs, right? Let yourself feel good. Hug your knees in, one last easy squeeze. Feel free to rock again side to side. And dropping the knees over to the right, rolling to your right side, maybe pillowing your head with your right arm. Use your hands to press the floor away and come to seated. And as you come to sit, take a moment, close your eyes, feel the feels, notice the effects of your practice. Right, notice what's shifted. Physically, certainly, mentally, emotionally, right? All of these parts of us are connected and can definitely be affected by the practice, so just notice. And pressing the palms, bringing the thumbs to the sternum. Let's close our practice by joining our breath and our voices. I can hear you guys out there in a single Om. Exhale. Take an inhale. Inhale. Bow the chin. Exhale. Grateful, grateful, grateful that we have the time, the ability, the opportunity to practice these beautiful bodies that allow us to move in all these crazy ways. All right, and pick one thing that you're grateful for today. Just one thing. Right, and let that feeling of gratitude just fill your heart, maybe overfill your heart. Let it spread into your whole body, out beyond your body's borders, and fill your house with gratitude. Maybe your neighboring houses too, right? Just fill yourself up. I know it's a crazy time, but we still have things to be grateful for, right? We still do. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday. I miss all of you. I can't wait till we're here together in the studio again, but until then, I will see you virtually. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Good to see you virtually. I like seeing your comments and stuff. I will read them all. All right, have an awesome Sunday, everyone.